Hmm. One second. Let me. What is going on? Hmm. Let me turn this off. Turn off the waiting room. What is going on?
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. 1 second. No. Let me see something real quick. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? What is?
Pretty good. How are you? How was your weekend?
I'm doing amazing. God is good. God is good. Oh, that's why. Hold on. How was your weekend?
Um, it was good.
It was good.
Mostly relaxing.
Relaxing. That's amazing.
My eyes and my head were last week I was um on the computer
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
What, like
So come
studying
Thursday, I was
or?
like studying and taking trades.
Mm-hmm.
So come Thursday, I was like, okay, no trades on Friday.
Yeah.
And then Friday, I saw something. I was like, okay, just one. And then I took the one or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think I took two, and I was like, you're supposed to only take one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a wrap for me Friday. I was like, no, I can't do anymore. My head is done.
It was done. It was it. What was you? What you was trading Go or
GA.
GA? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. My computer. It's always whenever we're about to do a call. It's always when we're about to do a call.
That tells you a lot, doesn't it?
It's always like my monitors work this time, right? But for some reason, my Google tab is like the size of literally this. Like my actual tab is this, and I can't. It's literally this big on my screen. I cannot make it any bigger. Oh my goodness! 1 second. Hold on. Let me close. Let me see if I can close it. And let me see. What if I open up a new window? Okay, that's weird because I opened up a new window and it gave me. Wait a minute. Okay, now my mouse works. 1 second. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have a good call. I was like, you know what? It's Monday. Market's not doing too nothing crazy. Um, Gold ended up getting to the area that I was looking to get to, but unfortunately, I just couldn't buy it all the way up there. I did catch one of the moves, and I had to catch that one on Athens on the other account. I was gonna take it on my bigger account, my actual account, um, but I couldn't. So, and I couldn't scale in or anything like that. So I had to trade it on the other account for Athens. But other than that, it was pretty clean so far, so good with that account. I'll see what I think it's really all. I'm gonna start recording it in a second. I want to make sure everything is good. I'm gonna start recording in a second and like kind of talk about it, like my whole initial reaction, because it's not just the like thing that happened itself. The biggest thing for me as well is some scriptures popped into my mind. That's what the biggest thing to me, like a lot of like as that was happening, like there were certain scriptures that popped into my mind, and that's what helped me like stay calm and relax throughout all of it. Let me see. How can I? What in the 1 second? All right, let's see this. Let's do this, and can I? How do you? Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Show all windows. You know what? One second. Let me close all my tabs. Let me just quit it. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, we in the building. We are in the building. We are in the building. All right, we better now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Uh, join that link as well. So I'm like kind of seeing if I can go live on YouTube and live with you guys as well. But anybody that does join the YouTube, just join this link. Join this Zoom so you can actually see the Zoom because last time I tried to share my trading view at the same time, and for some reason it wasn't sharing the actual trading view. So just join the Zoom link and just pull up here. But let's get active. What is going on, guys? Let me start recording it. Recording in progress. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another masterclass. Hopefully, you all are having a blessed and amazing day. We're gonna have a blessed and amazing week. Definitely gonna have a great call. I definitely want to go over a lot of things, not just like trading wise, but also mental and like being able to adjust, building your strategy, technicals, like those type of questions as well. But I do want to start off first with going over like the whole broker situation. And I want to share some like, scriptures with you guys as well to kind of show you guys what was my initial reaction to what happened. So I was trading last night, right? And I seen a setup on SPX. I'm gonna actually share my screen as well with you guys. Let me share my trading view just so I can show you guys kind of like what was going through my mind when it happened. So I was already in GA, so that wasn't a big a deal to me. But I was looking at my charts last night and I seen something on SPX. It was right here. I remember it. It was what time was it? It was where was it at? It was somewhere around this area, right? I remember I seen it on the 15-minute time frame. It was a doji. It was where was it at? It was like right here in this area. I seen an opportunity to move because I was gonna catch this buy up into this resistance range, and I went to go press buy on my actual trade locker, and it said that the order was rejected. And I knew it wasn't because of margin or nothing like that because I still had so much margin because I was still looking to scale more into GA. And then I remembered the message that 24K had sent out the prior week before, and it was like on September 20th. You won't be able to like add more positions. You will only be able to like close. And I thought that's on me because I thought that I was only going to be able to. It was just for that day because I'm like, oh, that's a Saturday. That's nothing to me anyway. And I went to go place it, and I'm like, oh, I can't place it straight. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I was just like, hold on, is it just gold? Or is not just gold? Is it SPX? All right, let me go try it on GA. Let me add another position on GA. And I looked at it on GA, it won't let me add a position. But the thing is, my positions are still running on GA, so I can still close my positions if I want to. And that will still be like in my account and stuff. I just can't open any more positions. And my initial reaction was, I gotta adjust because I knew that they said like by September 30th you gotta withdraw all your money and close all your positions. And I'm like, okay, I got essentially yesterday, I got like basically 9 days left. In no reality am I about to sit here and cry and complain for 9 days and miss out on opportunities for 9 days. I immediately got to adjust. So my first reaction was like, all right, cool. Let me just reach out to 24K. I'm gonna just shoot them an email, just to ask them like, what's going on? Like, are you guys switching? Because if they are switching to a different platform, I'll still stay with 24K. Like I said, I don't got no affiliate or nothing with them. I just absolutely I've traded with them longer than any other broker that I've ever traded with. And I've never had no issues with them. I just love how good they are. And I reached out to them. They got back to me as well. I got to send them back another email so I can ask them and see what happened. But after that, I was like, all right, cool. Let's time to adjust. Let's go to another broker. Like, because regardless of the broker, the platform, I know that I have a skill set that can't be taken away. Nobody can take away my skill set of knowing how to trade. So my immediate reaction was, okay, what's another good broker? Then I went to KOT Forex. And when I went to their website, it said the exact same thing. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. It's probably not the broker itself maybe shutting down. It may be something going on with Trade Locker itself. And people are switching over from Trade Locker. Maybe they may be going back to MetaTrader, because when I went to Athens on their website, it said that MetaTrader was making its return in fall of 2025, which is basically around this period, like right now, within essentially probably within the next few months. So I'm like, okay, are people going back to MetaTrader, or what is going on? So for me personally, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna reach out to these actual brokers and just like talk to them and see what's going on, just so I can get better insight. Because if I get the better insight and I know this type of stuff, I can share this with you guys as well, to give you guys more clarity, so you guys get a better understanding. And immediately, boom, I was like, all right, cool. I've traded with Athens before. I've traded with them before I started trading with 24K. So I already knew Athens was like valid. I never had no issues with them. So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna open up a small account with them. I'm gonna open up a little account. I'm gonna put some money in there. I'm gonna just see how it is, make sure everything is good. I'm still trading on it now, because what my initial like thing that I want to do first is I want to double the account. So like I want to make back what my deposit was from the actual account. If I do make more, great. But I want to make that deposit back and then try to get a withdrawal, and see how the whole withdrawal process works, see how long it takes, see how the whole process, like how fast it takes. Because 24K, I love them so much because like withdrawals are literally all same day. Like deposits are same day. Deposits are literally within like less than 10 minutes. Withdrawals is like that same day withdrawals. If I request a withdrawal, even on a Saturday or Sunday, like if I request it during a weekday, I mean weekend, still hits that same day. So that's something that I'm going to do. That's like what I'm doing right now currently. And I was like, yo, let me just share that with you guys, to show my initial
Questions
reaction.
here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Athens is similar to 24K, or Athens is similar to Trade Locker?
No, Athens is the actual broker. Athens is similar to
Okay.
24K. Yeah, because
Okay.
Athens still use not 24K. Athens used Trade Locker, so I was able to actually place trades on Trade Locker from Athens. So that's why I'm like, what is going on? Because Trade Locker is with Athens right now. And I was thinking, like, okay, maybe I may try to place a trade and they won't let me. But now I was able to take trades. Like I said, I took that trade on gold last night. I caught this move. And as you can see, look what gold got to 37.25, the main TP that I was talking about for a while, right? But I caught this little move right here. It was a very, very textbook. You guys know one of my favorite setups that Vontae asked me the other time. What's one of the setups that you like to take all the time? That bread and butter. And this is exactly what happened. I entered right here on this Morning Star pattern right here, because you can see price was in this consolidation range. And then look what happened. It didn't come back down into this area of support. I took this trade here, had my stops below this area here, out of this like fluctuation zone. And then price came up and then came down some. I was back like a little bit in drawdown, and then shot all the way up. And once it got to this resistance range, I decided to secure one of my positions and then move my other position. And that one got stopped out a little bit in profit or close to break even or something like that. And I wasn't able to catch this entire move up, which it is what it is. It's cool with me. Like I said, I wanted to take this one. This is the setup. Like I was looking for the setup last week. I wanted to take this on my bigger account. Like this would have been a decent setup, because I would have had I would have held the trade. I would have scaled in more. I would have had like a little bit, probably wider of a stop loss, a little bit down here. And I would have been able to scale in and flow with this move all the way up and to be able to catch another big move. But hey, that's just the reality of it. Sometimes, stuff like that happens. And like I said, my biggest thing, and this is like the biggest lesson within all of that, is, and like I told you guys in that video that I shared with you guys in the course yesterday, last night, or whatever. I was like, you can do one of two things. You can either cry and complain about it and get mad or upset for the next 10 days. This is what I was telling myself. You can either get mad or upset for the next 10 days and cry and complain about it, or you can immediately adjust and you can immediately find a solution. And that's what I did. I immediately found a solution. And I immediately, okay, boom, I'm about to switch like brokers right now. If I got to switch brokers, I got to switch brokers. My skill set doesn't change. But in no reality, I'm about to just miss out on 10 days of beautiful price action or 8 days of beautiful price action. Um, because I'm like worried, afraid, or nervous. Like in no reality, that not a single time was I nervous or afraid, or upset, because I told myself they can take every single thing away. They could take the profit that was up in that GA position. They could take all that away. They can take all the money out my account, whatever the case may be. I know that I have a skill set to be able to make that back. Yeah, it'll take some time to build it back up. Yeah, cool. But I know that I have a skill set that can't be taken away. It's not that big of a deal. Like when you lose your job, like if you were fired from a job, what can you do? You can do one of two things. And you got bills that need to be paid next month. You can either cry and complain about it to everybody on social media, everybody around you, all your friends, go on strike and do whatever the case may be. Guess what? That still ain't putting money in your banking account. You can cry and complain about it all day. They didn't already found your replacement. It's as simple as that. They already got your replacement. Or you could say, you know what? All right, I got to figure this out. Like, boom, let me find another job. Boom, let me decide to lock in on this thing. Let me lock in on trading. Let me figure it out this way. X, Y, Z, like that. So you got to look at those things. And I did want to share with you guys the first scripture that popped in my mind. The first scripture, what is it? It is the one about tribulations. I share this with you guys all the time. What is it? Tribulation works patient. Like what is it? Was it let me see. Tribulation works patience. Which one was it? Which one was it? Romans. Yes. Here we go. Romans chapter 5 verse 3. And not so, let me go to the full chapter. Yeah. Romans chapter 5 verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations. Get excited when you go through tribulations, also knowing that tribulation worketh patience. When you're going through tribulations, like that essential, like this is literally what happened. The tribulation was the situation with the broker. I wasn't able to take the trade, meaning I wasn't able to make money and make profit. That's the tribulation. But what did I work? Patience, because I immediately had patience. And what happened? And patience experience. So me, this is the first time I've ever had to experience that. Like this is the first time I've ever had something like this happen, especially like with Trade Locker, or with this broker in particular. This is the first time anything has ever happened with that. So guess what? I gained experience from it. I gained experience on what to do, how to operate, what to do in the situation. So if it does happen again, guess what? I done already went through it once. So boom, I'll be able to do it again. And hope. And what did I say? And experience hope. And what did I say as well? I said they can take away everything, but I know that I have a skill set that I can make that back plus more. That's the hope. I know that I have a skill set. I put in the work to obtain the skill set and I can make that back. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. That's the one scripture that popped into my mind. Like as soon as that happened, I got excited. I'm like, okay, cool, bet. Like, all right, God, I see what you're doing. Like, cool, this is an opportunity. What am I gonna do? Because all of this could be a test, right? Because imagine if you say, "Oh, I don't like," because you know the love of money is evil, right? And you like are so stuck to this money, and it's like you're so like you're worshiping money, and you see that you're missing out on whatever the profit is. That could be a test. God is touching. God could test your heart to see, like, yo, how are they going to react? Are they going to be like, they're going to forget every single thing that I've done for them, all the things I've done, and boom, all of a sudden, now you just start going crazy, and you're afraid, and how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? God will test your heart. He knows your heart. And once you pass the test, he blesses you with more. That's why in those certain times, in those certain scenarios, it may seem challenging. It may seem tough. It may seem like, yo, this is so hard. This is so challenging. Like, yo, I don't know what to do. You may feel lost. You may feel afraid and all that type of stuff like that. But you gotta always, always, always remember God's promise, because God will never lie. Let God be the truth and let every man be a liar. God always says that he's going to take care of it. If you're doing good and you're not doing evil, you don't got to worry about it. Look at what happened to Job. Job wasn't doing evil. Job wasn't a wicked man. Job was perfect in God's eyes. And God still allowed him to get tested because he knew he was going to pass the test. Jesus was perfect, and look what happened to him. So you got to always keep in mind, if you're not doing evil and not doing wickedness, like you're good. You don't have to worry about it. Like God is gonna take care of you. Like you make sure you're good. Matthew chapter 6, it talks about it. The birds, all these animals, they don't worry about where they're gonna get their next meal or where they're gonna sleep or anything like that. God takes care of them. What makes you think that He can't take care of you? So that is like the first part. I wanted to like talk about that first because that's like probably one of the most important things that could happen in your trading journey, because you can have the skill set, you can have all of it, you can have it all. But what if something like this happened to you? What would you do? Would you throw all of your skill set out the window and you immediately it's like, well, yo, I gotta go find a job because what if X, Y, and Z? It's like, whoa, relax, relax, calm down. Like it's okay. Just go to another broker. It's okay. It's okay. Just because your broker shuts down does not mean you lose your skill set. You still got your skill set. You still got your skill set, but you don't want to allow a situation like that to cause you to go into this turmoil and to go into this chaos and stuff. And now, let's say you do go to a different broker and you start trying to place trades fast and trying to build your account super duper fast because you're scared of what could happen next. Like if that broker shuts down to X, Y, and Z, or you lose sight of who you are and now you become this angry and evil, like not evil, but it's like you become angry and you get so angry. The Bible says, I forgot the chapter. It says, be slow to wrath. The Bible tells us to be slow to wrath. And all of a sudden, you start getting angry and mad and upset for absolutely no reason. You getting upset and mad changes absolutely nothing, not a single thing. Yes, exactly. What Teresa said. Companies, employers do the same thing. They lay off and they fire people. They do the same exact thing. They will lay you off and your replacement is already right there. It don't matter how long you work for that company. You could have like look what happened during the pandemic. That opened up so many eyes. People like were nurses and doctors and all this type of stuff for years. You went to school to get a 8 year degree. I don't know. I don't know how nurses and doctors are. Some people they went to school for 8 years, 6 years, all these type of years. You went to school for all of these years. You put in all of this work just to say, boom, you gotta go. Just like that. What do they what do they give you? They give you a little email. They give you a little email. We thank you for everything that you've done. All this X, Y, and Z. They give you a little email, and guess what? Your replacement is right there as soon as you leave. And like Teresa said, we have control as independent traders. As a trader, you have control over everything. This is why everybody that like is interested in trading, that wants to do trading, that get into trading. That's why I tell you guys lock in on this. Like if you all like there's I'm telling I tell this people all this time, and it puts this into perspective for you. Can any single person in here name me one job? We're not even gonna go to three yet. Let's name one job where you're the boss and the employee and you don't need people, meaning you don't need to sell to anyone, you don't need a single person. Name me one job besides trading. Just name one. Just one. If you could think of one, just name me one. Just one. Just one. Nope, can't name one. There's not a single one. Now, like business, like that whole entrepreneur stuff, that's a different story. Yes, you can all everybody become like, real estate, you can have your business stuff, but I'm talking about a career path where you don't need a single person. You can literally go to I don't know, like a secluded place. I don't know, like whatever, a secluded place. You can go to the Netherlands or something like that. Go into a secluded place in the mountains, in the hills somewhere. You just got your internet connection and you don't deal with a single person for the next 5, 6, 7 years and make $1 million. Name me one other job besides trading that can do that. Real estate, you need to sell to people. There's nothing wrong with real estate. Like obviously, I love real estate. I want to get into real estate, but there's not. I'm not bashing any other of these careers because I want to have multiple streams of income. I want to be able to get into real estate and all this type of stuff like that. Business. There is no cap to how much you can make in a business because you can also have a whole bunch of things. But as a business, you have to have people. Like for me, If I didn't have you guys here, I would literally sit here talking to myself. So a business, you need people. When you're doing influencing, like let's say you're an influencer, you need people. When you're doing modeling, you need people. When you're doing real estate, you need people. If you're making art, you need to, like, if you want to make profit from your art, you have to sell your art to people. Somebody has to buy your art. Trading is literally just you. That's why I say it's like, even if trading isn't like your main full-time thing, trading can fund everything else. So if anything ever does happen, you have trading. Like let's say for example, you want to use trading to fund your, let's say you're in, your passion is like you're into music, right? If you are making X, Y, and Z money from trading, you don't have to worry about a single thing about music. You can literally have do your own thing with music, not like, yo, I gotta figure this thing out with music. Like, like this music, it has to pay the bills. This music has to do this. This music has to do this. No, you can do it because you love doing it. You're not doing it for a living. You're doing it because you love doing it and you enjoy doing it. Your music cannot pop off for 6 years and you just love singing and love making music. It doesn't pop off for 6 years and you're okay with that because you have trading that is funding that anyway. You may love to like travel and all that type of stuff. Trading can fund your traveling. You may want to, like I said, get into real estate. Trading can pay for the land. You want to buy a bunch of land. Trading can pay for all that land. You want to take care of your family. Some people, you just want to have trading just to take care of your family, take care of your loved ones. You may want to have a bunch of kids, and trading take care of all of that. You don't have to make trading your one and only thing. That's like this big misconception in this trading industry that a lot of people, and it's ridiculous to me, but that's just how like social media is. That's just how the whole society is. And the only ones, it's always this. You guys got to always remember this. The only ones who make those type of accusations and those statements are the ones that aren't doing it. Like you will never see a successful entrepreneur or business owner with multiple businesses calling you a scammer because you do something else other than trading. If you just want to trade, just trade. If you want to trade and you want to use that trading profits to fund another business or X, Y, and Z, do that as well. What's the issue with that? Nobody will ever say anything if you use your 9 to 5 money to fund something. But if you use trading money or any or business money or something like that to fund another thing, you all of a sudden are a scammer and you only make your money from your business and you don't make it from trading. And there's a reason why I don't care about none of that, and you got why you don't have to get into that. If you have a pure heart, if you don't got a pure heart, you got something to worry about because you're doing something wrong. But if you have a pure heart and pure intentions, you don't have to worry about any of that because you're not doing this to please man or prove nothing to man. God knows your heart, so there's nothing to worry about. So I can tell you guys, lock in on these charts and get active. So that's the first half of it. Now, when it comes to all the like technicals, the questions, if you guys got any questions, let's get active. Ask away, and I will answer all the questions that you guys have. Let me see. SVX is in this range right here. Mm-mm-mm. For a potential buy on SVX, what I would like to see is Market did just open. Cool, but for a potential buy on XPX, what I would see is a potential higher low. Because this could essentially be like a bread and butter as well. But I want to see either price come down and create a higher low, or price pump up some more and then come down and reject essentially this zone. Right here, I'm gonna take this off because I don't need to see this. Um, I'm actually going to just remove everything on my chart. But I want to see price either come down and create a higher low where I could look to scale, well, not scale in, but I could look to start this trade here, potentially at my stop loss 66.52, or for price to keep on pumping up and then create like a higher low potentially in this area. So let's see what happens here on SVX. Um, sucks because I won't be able to I won't be able to take it on my bigger account, but it's all cool. GA GA still GA still here. So I was in since Thursday. Price came up. I added another position there. I added another position here in this area. So this position is essentially a drawdown a little bit. These other two positions are basically, one of them is in profit, the other's like a little bit, probably at like break even a little bit. But structure is still being valid. Um, it was a nice head and shoulders, and this is actually, let me go to my teacher mode charts. I'm gonna keep my charts since like I'm teaching, like doing teaching mode. I'm gonna keep my charts in teaching mode so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But like when it comes to the candlestick formations, remember, like I always say, this is like a gym. You're welcome, Teresa. Because I was like, I know, like the black charts. That's like me. I always traded black charts because it's so easy for me to see. But not everybody understands black charts because you got to understand the candlesticks and stuff first. Um, but like I always say, um, bearish candlesticks in a downtrend always hold more weight than a bullish candlestick in a downtrend, and vice versa. So a head and shoulders in an overall downtrend is very major, is a very big deal, versus seeing a, for example, this bullish engulfing right here in a, I don't know if you can see it, but this bullish engulfing, like these two candles. Let me take this off for a second. But these two candles right here, these two candles right here, this is essentially a bullish engulfing. Yes, it's a bullish engulfing, but it's in a downtrend. This head and shoulders holds more weight than this bullish engulfing. Excuse me. So all I'm essentially doing is just waiting for another potential lower high to form where I could look to scale in again, because I did end up getting in on the other account for Athens. I got in GA as well. I just can't scale it again on my actual account. But I did get into the one on Athens in this area. So I could look to potentially add some more positions to scale in. And I originally had my stop loss for this trade up here. But as prices create a structure, what I can do is potentially move my stop loss instead of being up here, move it a lot lower to essentially like down here. So essentially cutting my stop loss kind of close to like kind of like in half, which would allow, if I was scaling in on the actual account, this would allow me to be able to scale into more. And still use the same lot sizes, but now the risk would be decreased a lot more. So now I can add more positions, but still not lose. Um, a lot, unless I added the positions to the point where it still added up to this total of what this stop loss was here, and just added those positions up to that total, and still would literally take that loss. But I like to like use the same lot sizes to keep it more consistent. And that's why I never look at the profit. That's why anytime I ever place a trade, I don't like to look at the profit. Those are when some of the biggest days, like those are when my biggest days happen, when I don't look at the profit and I just flow and scale in, and then I look and see, it's like, oh, like, because if I were to look at the profit, this what happens a lot of times. I will look at the profit. Let's say, for example, right, this is a gym. This is what really helped me. Let's say for example, I was looking at the profit, and with this type of a move, let's say with just the let's say I just had two positions. And if I just had those two positions, if I was looking at the profit of what this could have been, let's say it was a $1,000 trade. Let's just round it. Let's just say it's $1,000 trade. But if this was $1,000 trade for price to hit this TP, if I was looking at the profit and I'm like, oh, that would be $1,000. But with me out looking at the profit and price comes down here, let's say it creates a lower high here, and I scale in again, and I add another position here, price comes down, scaling again here, boom. By the time price gets here, I could already be up $1,000 because I scaled in multiple times and I wasn't sitting here focused on this down here, this $1,000. So boom, I'm already up $1,000 here. Let's say price another little high. Boom, now I'm up, let's say 1,500. Boom, scaling again or something like that. And let's say by the time price gets all the way down here, I'm up $3,000. But if I was just focused on this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make $1,000, $1,000. But I was just flowing with the move, catching these moves, and by the time price does end up getting there, I made an extra $2,000 based off of scaling in. That's the idea. That's why I don't look at the profit. And then on top of that, when I'm scaling out of positions, like if price comes down to a certain area and I look at one of the positions, I take it out. Like when you get to the point where you can start scaling out into the positions, like when you don't feel the need to be in the market all day, like that's where you want to like get to. Like you don't like if you gotta be in the market from all the way up here to all the way down here just to catch like a decent move that could change your situation, keep building up, keep building up, keep building up. You want to get to the point where it's like, let's say you can catch those bigger moves, obviously, but let's say like you would have been satisfied with catching a move from here to here, and that would have been like enough for you. Like you wouldn't have felt like you needed to stay in the market and be greedy and X, Y, and Z. You can always get back into the market. You can like if you would have got out right here, this was at Monday at let's say you got out at because this candle closed at 5. So let's say you got out at Monday at 5 in the morning. This next drop didn't happen until Tuesday at 5 p.m. 9 p. Well, basically, yeah, like Tuesday, like a whole day later. Like you had time. Like you good. You had time to get back in and catch the move down. There. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. So that's like the biggest thing. Just try to get to the point where you can, get to that level. You don't have to, like I say all the time, you don't have to start off with a big account to get there. You can grow your small account to there, but growing your small account versus starting an account that's a lot bigger, it requires a different mindset. Like it really requires a patience. It requires humble. It requires like for you to really, really, really have that hope. Like, yo, one day I'm gonna get to this point. Because let's say you don't have that, I don't know, let's say $5,000 to put into an account. All you got is 100. And instead of you like, yo, I'm gonna just wait until I get $5,000. Why not just start with that $100 that you have, and you could grow that $100 to 5,000. You just gotta trust in your skill set, and trust in like your actual strategy and like trust in analysis and know how to actually scale. Like that's the biggest thing. If you know how to scale your account, you can really, really, really do some damage. If that's something that you want me to guys go over, I can show you guys like a good like framework on like scaling accounts, like personally what works for me um when it comes to like scaling accounts. I can show you guys like how to scale accounts like a good way. Any account size, like it literally doesn't matter. I'm not this type of person that preaches like I don't I don't even call it like flipping it. Flipping accounts is when you're doing it like with the intentions to try to like go full margin every single trade to try to flip it as quickly as possibly that you can. That flipping is different from growing. Like just because you have a small account, that doesn't mean that you're trying to flip it. You could really be trying to just grow a small account because that's all you got. You only got $100 and you generally are trying to grow it. You're not trying to like flip it in 2 seconds. Now you can make a lot bigger gains with it depending on your skill set. But like flipping it is like if you have $100 and you're risking $100, you're trying to get like 100. You're risking your full account every single trade. You're trying to flip that account from 100 to 5,000 in one trade. That's trying to flip it. But China, you can really grow a small account to a bigger number. It just takes some time. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you want me that you guys want me to cover in this specific masterclass. But if you have any other questions besides that one, definitely just let me know. Sometimes I like to look at AU and GU side by side just to see because that determines like what GA does. So if GA is going up, um, are you offering to cover scaling in now or in the video? I can cover it now. I can cover it now. Like scaling an account or scaling into a position. Yeah, because I could definitely cover that now. Let me know. Do you want me to go over scaling in like scaling up an account, or do you want me to go over like scaling into an actual position? Because those are two different topics. Scaling up an account and scaling. Okay, I'll go over both. Cool, perfect, perfect. All right, cool. We can go over both then. All right, let's go over scaling up an account first. And we can because like going over that would correlate because scaling up an account correlates with scaling in positions. That's how you can scale up an account as well. So yeah, I could kind of go over them both a little bit, kind of around the same time, right? So all right, bet. Let's perfect. Let's do it. So let's say for example, let's actually use gold. Let's use this big push up on gold and let's go over how scaling up an account versus and scaling into positions, right? So let's say for example, we started off let's do the text tool. Let's say we started off with actually, you guys tell me an account size, like because I know you guys want to like grow an account. So like, what's a good range of an account? Because I want to show you guys that it's possible to scale any account. It don't matter. You can scale any account size. You don't need a seven-figure account. You don't need a five-figure account, four-figure account, even a three-figure account at times. You can scale up any account. So let's start off with the account, and we're gonna go over like scaling into positions and scaling up the account while you're scaling it. Prop firm or personal, either one, whichever one. It don't matter. It don't matter. Um, Prop firms are a little bit different. Okay, 10K prop firm. Okay, yeah, prop firms are a little bit different from a personal account. That's the biggest thing. When you're scaling a prop firm account, that is completely different from scaling a live account. Scaling a live account, you have more room of margin. You have more room to scale in. Prop firms are a little bit different because you are limited to because some prop firms you can only make a certain amount. Now, once you pass it, that's a different story. Like if you're actually, let's say you actually have a live prop firm account, most of the rules are taken off, meaning you can make as much money as you possibly want. You still got your daily drawdown limit and all that type of stuff like that. So let's go. All right, so yeah, we can do the both. Like with a live prop firm account, let's go with a live one because past the actual challenge, you gotta follow the rules. You can't make certain amount X, Y, and Z. Like you got to actually follow those rules to be able to make it. But once you pass it, most of the rules on the prop firms are taken off. Meaning, there's no like you still have your max limit, you still have your max daily limit and all that. But a lot of them, like that I've like used, was you no longer have that consistency rule. You no longer have that like you can only make certain amount. You can make as much as you want. So let's go in the fact that let's say you pass your prop firm account. So let's say we got a 10K prop firm. And what's a live account? Because I want to show you both. Like, so let's do a 10K prop firm and let's do a give me a number for a live account. And we'll do both and I'll go over both of them. 500. All right, cool. Let's do a $500 live account. So let's say, for example, we were taking a trade on gold, and let's just flow with this. And I would show you guys the possibilities that could really come with it. Because all it takes is for you to just go on a nice little streak, and you got so much equity to play with. So let's say, for example, we are starting off on our. Sorry, I know that hit one of my alerts going up. I got more alerts anyway, so we're good. But let's say we're starting off on gold, and I'm gonna go into like scaling in as well, um, a little bit more in depth. So let's do the 30-minute, like the actual precise, super duper like in depth entries. No, like the actual scaling in part is very simple. So we're just gonna go over scaling into positions, right? So let's say, for example, we've seen this move on gold at this area of support. Let's say we've seen this right here. Like let's just start off with this. Obviously, we're gonna see the moves play out, but let's just say we decided to get in right here off of this morning star, not morning star, this bullish engulfing at an area of support, and let's say we had our stop loss here. And let's say our take profit was up into either this range right here. Let's just say we look to target up into this range that was right here, right? So let's say we're starting off on our there's no opportunity to scale into a specific position here. So we're just going to start off with the building the account. So let's say on our $500 account, in our live account, I mean our prop firm account, we have on the prop firm account, let's say you're risking 1%. Let's just say you're risking 1% a trade, right? And that would be what is 1%? That's $100, right? Yeah, that's $100. So let's say you're risking $100 on your prop firm account, and on your live account, the live account is very different for people because certain people with a $500 live account just starting off, some people may be willing to risk $50 a trade, $100 a trade, who knows? But let's just say you're risking $50 a trade. Let's just say 50. So you were able to catch this first move, and this is the biggest thing. This is like the key when it comes to building any single account. You want to build equity in the account first before you start taking those bigger leaps. Don't start taking the big leaps at the beginning because you can lose, and you don't want to be in a major drawdown. You don't want to be playing a catch up game. So in the beginning of it, you have to be patient and you have to let the account grow. So always, if you're starting off with a $500 account, you don't want to be making big leaps at the beginning. If you're starting off with your 10K, you don't want to be making big leaps. Build equity in the account so you can start using bigger risk as time goes on. And those trades are going to start stack it up and stack it up and stack it up. I'm gonna show you right here. So let's say we risked a total of $5, $50 on the 500, and we risk the 1%, 100 on here. So let's say we got out of right here. Let's just round it off. I'm gonna just round off to 1 to 2, to make these numbers a lot more simpler. We're rounding it off to the next number. If it's a 1 to 2, we round off to 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So it makes it so much simpler. But we would have made a total of $100 on this 500K account. So let's see. Let me see. Boom. This 500K, the prop firm 500K. So the $500 account, we would have made a profit of $100. $100. So that means this account is currently at $600. So now we're up $100 in equity in the account for the 500 off of this first trade on the here. Actually, what I'm gonna do as well, let me do this to make it a little bit simpler. So let's put them side by side. Let's take this off. Why didn't it delete? Oh, I didn't press OK. Let's take this off. Boom. We got the 500 over here. And let's do the prop firm over here. 10K prop. And we would have made, we risked $100. We would have made $200. So we'd have made $200, which would in turn put us up in this account. Basically, whatchamacallit, $200 from your initial balance, you would have made $200. So we would have made $200. I'm gonna just put $200. So we would have made $200 on our prop firm account, and we would have made $100, which puts the account at 600. So we're up $200. So now we're gonna keep on risking that same percentage that we did, because we don't want to go into our next trade and say, oh, I made $100. Now let me risk that whole $100. No, 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 no. Relax, chill out, chill out. So we're gonna keep on risking that same percentage until we get to a decent number where it's like, yo, we can up the lot size. We want to build as much equity away from our initial deposit as possible. So let's say we seen another opportunity, and honestly, like it's so easy for me to go over gold because I'm going over like trades that I actually took. So it's a lot easier for me to like kind of break these down. Um, so let's say for example, we got into another position here, and boom, we got into here off of this morning star, right? And let's just say we had a stop loss below here. Let's just say we targeted up to here. Nothing too crazy. We just got a slight low 1-to-1, right? We still risked our $50 here. Let's say we did this right here, and let's see. Yeah, there's not really an opportunity to scale in right here because it was just ranging here. So that's not really an opportunity to scale in there. I'm gonna show you guys like this right here is an opportunity to scale in. So we'll go over that in the next trade. So let's say once again we had the same thing right here. So we risked another $50 and we just gained another $50, right? So now for our $500 account, now we made on our second trade, we made $50, which in turn is going to put this account at $650. And then we made the 1-to-1. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Sorry. So, all right, cool. So we made the 200 on this one, and then we made the 100 on this one. So we are currently at 10.3K. I'm gonna just say 10.3K in our account, right? So we are up $300 in our prop firm account. We are up $150 on our live account. So let's say boom, price comes down. This isn't really an entry here, and let's say we did the same thing here. Let's say we got an entry. Let's say we were patient and we got in right here, right? We took another trade here, and we got in here, and boom, had our good decent stop loss. And let's say we had a Fibonacci from A to B, so we can get an actual like clear TP. And it's easy for me to break this down because I took all these trades that I'm going over are the actual trades that I took. So I'm just going over my actual trades and how it like worked out. So let's say we're looking to target up into this area and we can see price didn't get up there. It got a little bit close, so we're still going to classify that, and we're going to round this off once again to a 1-to-2. Let's just round it off to 1-to-2. So we're still risking $50 on our prop firm account, not our prop firm account. We're still risking $50 on our live account, and we're still risking that on this account. Let me move this up here. Boom. So and this is where the scaling in comes into play. So this is what I mean. So let's say we're going to risk $50 here. Price comes up, boom. We get a higher low right here. And let's say we enter again right here and we got another position. What we can do is, and now when we scale in again here, we no longer have to have this $50 risk that we had. Let's just take this one. We no longer have this $50 risk on the table because now that can actually get moved either into profit or break even. So let's say we did move our stop loss. Let me actually keep this there because you can't move it all the way up. So let's say we gave this stop loss a little bit breathing room and we moved our stop loss to basically for this position, basically like right here, right? And we still looking to target up here to the same exact area. We're still going to get out right here. So basically at a 1-to-1. So now this $50 risk that we have is no longer at the table. And one thing that I always do is like I don't ever add bigger positions as price is going on. So let's say this was a $50 risk here. You could do one of two things. If you want to put that full $50 risk on the table, you can, because at that point in time, you would essentially make a break-even trade. So you can do one of two things. You can either put the full $50 risk on the table again, and if you lose this trade, you're not going to make money or lose money. Or you can lower that, and let's say you want to put a 25, let's say you have that and you put a $25 risk on the table. And if price were to come down, and let's say this was basically at break even with spread and all that, right? And price would have come down, instead of you losing a total of $50, you would have lost only $25. You see how now your initial risk of $50 is no longer there. Now, if you lose, you're only going to lose $25. But if you win, you're gaining more. So let's do the scenario of, since we're trying to, like, let's say scale it. Let's say we, put that 50 risk back on the table. So we put the $50 risk on the table again. We scaled into this position. Let's say we got out here at our TP. This one right here would have been a 1-to-1. So with this next trade, we would have made and this one right here would have been a 1-to-2. So we would have made $100 on this position. Plus we would have made a extra let's say we did 50 $50 on this position, which would have equaled a total of $150, which would put this account at $800, which would and put the account at $800. Yo, this is a lot of math at one time. At $800, but it helps me get better, quicker with my math. So now we just took a $500 account to now $800, meaning we're up $300 in equity in this account. And now, same thing with this same position right here. We'll do the same thing. I'll do it on this one as well. So let's say this would have been a 1-to-2. So we'd have made $200 on this position. $200 plus the $100, because yeah, we only risked one, so we made an extra $100, which would in turn put this at 300. So this will put us at 10.6K. 10.6K. So now we are up equity. Let's talk about, like, just focus on equity, not like the actual a dollar amount, but from where our initial balance is, how much equity we're up. So that means we have $300 in equity to play with. So meaning, if you wanted to, you got $300 equity to play with. Let's say, and then let's say we decided to, let's say we took a little bit of a leap. Let's say we had an opportunity in the market. Let's say we had a clean break and retest right here. Let's say we seen this clean break and retest, good risk. We got $300 in equity. You know what? Let's up the risk. Let's do $100. Let's do $100 on this on this next position, and for this one right here, we're going to do a $200 risk. So let's say we just up it. Let's say we up it. We're gonna risk $100 of our $300 in equity. So if we were to lose, we will still be up $200 in equity. And if we wanted to lower the risk the next trade, and let's say we still got another 1-to-2, we would have made that $100 back, like made that $100 back. So let's say we decided to actually risk that $100 this next trade, and let's say we get an opportunity. Let's say we just enter here. There's not really a good scale in. There's one up here, but to scale in, let's say we got in here, we give our stop loss. Let's say we give out, because we're gonna up the risk a little bit. We're gonna give our stop loss some breathing room. Let's say we did the same exact thing. Let's say we did a Fibonacci as well. And I'm saying all of this because I remember these trades that I took, so I know, like, all these, like, entries that I'm showing you guys are the entries that I actually took, or close to these areas. But let's say once again we're looking to target up into this area right here. So we're gonna round this off to 1-to-2 again. And let's say we are going to risk $100 on this position. Let's say price boom, 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 and it shot up. And let's say there was no opportunity to scale in, and we just got this one position, right? So let's say now we took a $100 risk and we got a 1-to-2. So now we just made $200. So $200, and now that puts this account at, now we're at $1,000, meaning we are up $500 in equity on this current account, right? So we're up $500 in equity, which is lit. Now we do the same thing for here, right? Where we decided to take a $200 risk as well. We made it 1-to-2, so now we made $400. So now that puts this account at, now we're at 11K. Now we're at 11K, meaning we're up $1,000 in equity on this prop firm account. Now with prop firms account, like, you can't keep going like this, and you're gonna see the difference between a live account and a prop firm account. The more and more that you build up, you can't just keep upping your risk, because you can only risk you can't lose like what, more than 5% in a day or something like that, or 3% on certain prop firms. So you can't risk 7% in one trade. You can't do that. But you can still keep on risking. Now you can constantly risk, let's say 2%, whatever the case may be. Like, you can constantly keep risking that, or 3% a trade, because now you got so much equity. And if you were to take a hit, by the time your payout comes, you can make a bigger amount of it. And the thing is, when you're scaling in, this is how, like, when you, like, for this position, when you would have moved it there, the bigger that you go, the less risk that you have on the table. So you could say, let's say, take a 1% risk, and in total you may have like 4% of total like actual trades, but you will only lose a little bit because you were moving your stop loss in profits. So now these positions are no longer at risk, only these positions are, and they keep on getting moved into profit and profit and profit. You keep on adding 1%, 1%, 1%. So if you were to lose the trade, you would only lose 1%, but you technically have like 4% of total risk on the table. So let's say we did that same thing over here. Now we're up 11K. Boom, perfect. Now we decided to come down. Let's say price gave this entry right here, and let's say we got another entry here. Boom. Let's say we got in, because I know it's crazy. I don't remember this, because I remember this was on the 15-minute time frame, that this right here ended up closing like as a morning star right here. So let's say we got in somewhere right here. Let's say we gave our stop loss some more breathing room, and let's say we targeted here. Boom. Let's say we targeted here, and let's say we got out here at this area right here. Once again, we're gonna round it off to a 1 to 2. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna round it off to a 1 to 2 once again. So let's say we did this again, and this is where the scaling comes into play. So let's scale in first, and then we're gonna stack up those positions as well. So let's say price came down here, boom, came up, and we got a higher low here, and we decided to scale in, and we got this entry right here. Let's say we got an entry somewhere around here, and now we move this stop loss right here. That was actually a 1% risk. I mean, well, 2% risk for this, that risk that we had on the table. This stop loss now get moved to break even. We put that same risk on the table. So, worst case scenario, if we were risking 2%, even though we have 4% in total, but if price comes down and stops out both of these positions, we're only going to lose 2%. This is with the prop firm. We're only going to lose 2% because this stop loss is no longer a stop loss. It is at break even. So, worst case scenario, we only lose 2%. Best case scenario, we gain both of these positions. So, let's say this looks like a 1 to 1. Let's say price comes up here, we round it off to a 1 to 1. Perfect, beautiful. Boom. So now we look at, and now this is like how you determine. So now we see that we're up $500 in equity on our $500 account. So now we can make the decision of, do I still want to risk another $100, or I got $500 in equity? Do I want to risk 200 of it, which if I lose will put me back at 300? You got to ask yourself these questions. This is how, like, the building the account, that's how you build it. It depends on whatever it is that, works best for you. But let's say, like, yo, I can lose $200 and I'm still good because I still would have $300 in equity in my account. So I'm up 500, so I'm only losing 200, meaning I'll still have 300. So I'll still be in profit in total for me risking $200. Cool. I know I can make that back. This is all equity I'm playing with. So let's say, all right, cool. Let's risk $200 on this trade. So we decided to risk 200 on this position, and let's say we rounded off to 1 to 2, 1 to 2 here, and then we got a 1 to 1 here. Scaled in again with another 200. So that means this right here would be. So now with this position, with the scaled in position, this would be a $400 plus a $200 plus $200, which would in turn put us at 1.6K. You see how that we just made essentially what it took us to make for all of these trades, for all 1, 2, 3, 4 of these trades. We made more than that in a single trade. You can't see that, but we made that in a single trade. It took us 4 trades to get to this point, but we made that plus more in one single trade. You see, like, where I'm going about how you can build it up, build it up, build it up. So now at this point in time, we are now up what 1,000, basically 100. We are up $1,100 in equity. We are up $1,000. Let's just say 1,000. But we are up now. We are up $1,000 in equity. Meaning, if the next position we wanted to take a $300 risk, we could take a $300 risk. Because if we lose, we'll be back at $700 in equity. You see where I'm going here, right? And let's say we did the same exact thing for the prop firm account. Let's say we was like, yo, We up. Let's decide to risk 3%. Let's say we risk 3%. Let's say the max daily drawdown limit is 5%, and we want to risk 3%. And we decided to risk 3%, so that'll be $300. So that'll be 600 plus 300 because we got that one to what, which would be 900, which would be 11.9k. 11.9k. So now from our initial 10k, we are almost up $2,000 of equity. We're almost up $2,000 on this 10k account. And this is only in 1, 2, 3, because this is classified as like one move. It's just multiple scales in. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. And 5 trades. And this was from Friday, August 22nd to Thursday, August 28th. This is just in a week span. So in a week span, you made basically $1,100 on your from a $500 account, and you made $2,000 basically from your prop firm account, and in a week span. Imagine doing this for a full month. Let's say we kept on doing it. Like, let's keep on doing it, because I really want to show you guys, like, it's possible to grow any account size, prop firm or live account, as well. But let's see. Let's say we got another opportunity. So we know we're up $1,100, right? And let's say, boom, we seen this opportunity. Let's say we seen this overlap. Let's say we see the overlap, and I'm talking about the setups that I took because I seen this. I remember seeing this. But let's say you see this overlap happen. Boom, boom, price come down, overlap, inverted head and shoulders at an area of support. Oh, nah, locked in. Locked in. Let's say we wanted to risk $500. Worst case scenario, we lose and we're at $600 of equity still in the account of equity. Worst case scenario. So let's say we took this trade, and let's say we got out once we seen, like, let's say price broke some type of a structure. Like, let's say we were trailing our stop loss here, and we trailed our stop loss below here. Let's say because this is what I did, but I was trailing my stop loss below this candle. So let's say this was a 1 to 3, right? We got out at a 1 to 3. 1 to 3 for this position. There was only one position to add. We couldn't have there's no scale-ins. So we got this one. Now, this is where the big leaps, this is where those leaps start to happen. So now if we risk $500 and we made a 1 to 3, meaning we just made $1,500. We made 1.5k. We just made 1.5k, which would put this account at to 3.1k. Yeah, 3.1k. We was at $500, and now we're at 3.1k, meaning we are up a lot of money. We're up a whole bunch of money. We up a whole bunch of money in this account. Same thing with the prop firm. Let's say you can't keep going too crazy on the prop firm. Like, you can't, like, you, because I wouldn't even go, like, let's say 4%, because anything happens. Slippage can happen. You can lose that extra 5% and lose it. But let's say we're gonna constantly keep staying at 3% on this prop firm account. So we're gonna keep on doing 3%. So that'd be what, $300. So we made another $600, and that puts this at 12.5k. 12.5k. Boom. And now, as you can see, this is all in just a month. Like, this not even been like a full, like, a month yet. This is not even a full month's worth of data. And we've already took a $500 account to 3.1k. And we took our 10k prop firm account. We just made an extra 2.5k in a couple of weeks, not even a full month. Boom. Let's say we kept on going, right? And I didn't catch this move because I remember this was the only move out of this entire push up that I didn't catch. I remember this. But let's say this was a Sunday, and let's say we did catch this move, right? Let's say we caught this move. Let's say we seen this higher low, and boom. And this is like what I want to show you guys. A lot of people think that it's not, like, you can't go on winning streaks. You absolutely can go on winning streaks. You absolutely can go on winning streaks. If you would have traded gold and just, like, looking for these buys, you would have went on a winning streak. I went on a winning streak. I didn't lose a single like day on gold the entire like month. I think it was like 1 or 2 days where I lost on gold because I was like I took the trade and I took another trade that same day, but I held that trade for a couple of days. So that specific day was classified as a loss. But it's very much possible. But let's say we took another buy position here. And let's say once again we got out, let's say at a 1 to 2. Like I'm just making it like random, like here, because you can obviously hold them longer in X1Z. But let's just say we got out at a 1 to 2 because I didn't take this position, so I can't like give like an actual where I got out at. All the other positions I got out at those areas for a reason. But let's say we took this position again, we're up a 1 to 2. So now from this $500 account, we are up. What is that in equity? Basically 2600 $2,600 in equity, right? We're up $2,600 in equity. Meaning, if you wanted to take that big boy trade and say, yo, I could risk $1,000 on this trade. If I lose $1,000, that would still put me up $1,000. What $1,600 in equity in this account. Now, obviously, if you want to make your withdrawals and stuff, make your withdrawals and all that type of stuff like that. But I want you guys to see on this live account as well. After I take this trade, I'm going to show you guys like the reality, like some like not reality, but show you guys like something that may like put something in perspective for you. But let's say we decided to risk $1,000 this trade. Let's say we wanted to risk 1,000. Let's say boom, let's go for it. We already up equity, worst case scenario, and you see how it's a lot more easier and you feel a lot more calm adding bigger positions because we know that our initial balance was 500. We would have to go all the way back down to $500 for us to no longer be in equity. Meaning all of this is equity for us to play with. We built a $500 account. You can withdraw your initial deposit if you wanted to. You can withdraw your initial 500 if you wanted to. You can withdraw $1,000 if you wanted to, and you still be up equity in the account. But I'm gonna talk about withdrawal in a second. But let's say we decided to risk another, like we wanted to risk $1,000 on this trade. We would have made a total of 2,000. So let's just say 2K, which in turn would make us to be up four, no, not four, 5.1K in the account. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Let's say we're still keeping that $300 risk because you can't risk certain amount. And you guys see the difference. And I'm grateful that both of you asked us to do both because you can put them side by side. You can see the difference between a prop firm and a live account. The numbers difference because a prop firm, you can't keep up in the risk. You can't risk 10% in one trade. You're going to lose your account. Like you can't do that. But I'm just going like some of them, the drawdown limit is 5%. So we're going to keep on risking 3%. So we're gonna risk another $300, and we're gonna make another 600. So that would in turn put us at 13.1K, 13.1K, and we did this. So we're at 5K in this live account. Meaning, and look at the profits that we're making. Look at how these profits change. Okay, you made $100. Cool. Now you're making $600. You just made 1.5K. You just made $2,000. If you were to withdraw $1,000, you can withdraw $1,000. Now you see we're at a $5,000 account. So that means our account size, now we may be making profits that we can actually start withdrawing. This is where it's like, once you get to a point in your account where you start seeing profits where you could actually start withdrawing and you can withdraw a certain amount and it's not going to like tear up your account. So let's say, for example, if we were at the 500 and we took it to 800, you withdrawing $200, you're basically withdrawing almost all that profit. Put it like you're basically withdrawing all of that. So, but if you are at a 5K account and you're up all this equity, a 300 withdrawal, that's nothing. 500 withdrawal, that's nothing. You can withdraw $1,000, that's nothing in your account, meaning you can actually start changing your life. You don't have to make a $50 withdrawal where I don't know what $50 could take care of, but let's say now you could withdraw $700. You could take care of some bills that you may have. You could take care of groceries for the month. You ain't even got groceries is not even a thing on your mind for the next month. You can walk into the grocery store and buy whatever you want. You don't even got to look at the price. Let's say you got your car note or whatever it is, your car insurance that you need to pay. Boom, there's your car insurance paid for the month. But let's say you got whatever it is, you want to do something for whatever it is, you want to use some of that to fund one of your passions. Like, let's say you want to buy some equipment for your music, your art. Let's say videography. Let's say you want to buy some equipment, you want to buy a camera or something like that, or you want to give back. Most importantly, that's something you should always do. I don't care how much money you make, give back to the poor. That's one thing that we all have to. It don't matter how much you make. You can make 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, $1,000,000, $500, $100. Always give back to the poor. But always, always, always give back to the poor. But give back. Take care of your peoples. $700. You see, your Ma Dukes need her bill, her phone bill, or something like that. Pill paid. Your pops, your brother, sister, like a friend, somebody's in need, help them. It may only cost like $50 or 70, $100, and you just withdrew 700. Give them 100. Help them. So that boom. Now you can start making bigger withdrawals that can really change your situation. So now we see this, and let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, and let's see some more moves that we could have caught. Because I want to really so you guys can really see, like, yo, okay, this is what's possible, and so you guys can see the difference between like a prop firm and a live. And this is a 10K. You can easily keep going bigger and bigger and bigger on your account, whatever the case may be. And same thing with a live account. You can do a smaller account, whatever it is, that smaller account, or you can do a bigger account, right? So let's say we did it again and we got in. I remember this one. It was here in this area. Let's say we got in here off of this area here. Let's say we had a decent amount of a stop loss. And once again, let's just say we targeted up to this area, which was a 1 to 2. Let's just say we got a 1 to 2 again. Like, I'm using, like, obviously the actual like exits are, but you guys get the point. Like, you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. Like, obviously the TPs may be a little bit different. You may make a little bit more, make a little bit less, or wherever the case may be. But this is another scenario, now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer, where you could have scaled in. So we started our positions here in this area, had our stop loss below here, and let's say price did this, boom, 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 and you got another entry here. So now you can enter, let's say we entered here, and now our stop loss for this position is basically, we could call it basically at break even, but we'll put it right below here, and let's say it's basically, this is basically at break even, and we're still targeting the same high up here. So boom, let's just round this one off to 1 to 3. So we are up a whole lot of money in equity on this $500 account. We're up almost $5,000 in the account, basically. But we're up what, 47, no, 40 something. We're up like, let's say $4,000 in the account. But let's say another example. Let's say we wanted to risk. We know we're up 4,000, over 4,000, in the account, right? 4,600. So we're at $4,600 in the account. Now, if you still want to keep taking big leaps in the account, you can, but you don't have to keep on making bigger, bigger, bigger jumps every time. Sometimes, let's say one trade that it's just like, okay, I don't need to start taking big leaps. And this is where you determine yourself where you want to do, because you don't have to take another $2,000 risk if you want to. Now, if you only want to risk $400 or $500 and you make another $1,000 in this trade, you can do that. You don't have to risk to keep on going up bigger, bigger. This is how I'm showing you how to scale it. But, and I'm showing you not just how to scale an account, but to scale an account to a size that can change your situation. Meaning, if you making $800, $700, $1,000 changes your situation, and you don't want to keep going bigger and bigger risk every time, you don't have to do that. If you just want to be happy and grateful for constantly making $500 over and over and over again, $700, $800, $1,000 over and over again, and you like want to be grateful for that and live in that moment for a little bit before you make that bigger jump, do that. You don't have to keep making big jumps every time, because there are going to be losses. Obviously, there was no losses in this because price keeps going up. And I'm just going off of clear actual data. I'm not about to fake it. No, this is actual clear data. You could have made all of these wins, especially with like having a decent stop loss, right? But if you just want to make your $500, $700, and you want to go back to risking $200 or $300 a trade, by all means do that. You're up $4,600 in equity in your account. Meaning, if you were to start risking $500, you would have to lose a lot of times in a row for you just to get back to that initial balance of $500. So always keep that in mind. You don't have to keep on making bigger jumps. I'm just showing you guys the possibility when you do take those leaps, because some people, they are too afraid. Some people aren't that confident to say, I want to put a $2,000 risk on the table. Some people aren't that confident. You just want to keep risking $1,000 or something like that. That's perfectly fine. But let's say for this example, we're still trying to build equity. We know we're up 2,000. We know we're up 4,600. So say, you know what? Let's say we want to do another just $2,000 risk, right? Let's just say we want to do another $2,000 risk. So we did a $2,000 risk here, and we did, this one was basically at break even. So we did another $2,000 risk here for this position. This was a 1 to 3. This was a 1 to 2. So we made a total of 4K on that position. Plus we made 6K. Sorry, I'm tripping. 6K on this position, which would put us at damn. That's a big jump. That's like 15K, right? Yeah. No, I'm tripping. That is not 6K. No, that was a 1 to 3. 2 times. That's 6K. So that will put this at 10K, which will put this at 15.1K. 15.1K. Did I do that right? Did I do that math right? Did I do that math right, guys? Make sure I'm not tripping. I did that math right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. 6 plus 4 is 10 plus the 5K. Yeah, we was at 15.1K. Yeah, I knew. Yeah. 15.1K. You just took a $5,000 account to $15,000 in one trade. Now at that point in time, you can do risk whatever you want to risk. You can risk $5,000 in a trade if you want to, or 2,000. Keep on risking 2,000, 3,000. But I'll probably stop it like there, right? Because now you guys can see, and these are with the trade, and these are, and look, remember, this was a total of how many days? We started taking these trades over here August 22nd, and let's say we stopped trading right here on September 1st. This is a total of what? 2 weeks, basically two market weeks, right? 2 market weeks, like 5 days a week, right? 2 trading weeks, essentially 3 trading weeks. And you took a $500 account to $15,000 in 2 trading weeks. And let's say you did the same thing with your prop firm account, and you risked another 3% each trade. So let's say you did, we got a 1 to 2 on this one, right? Yeah, 1 to 2 on this one. So we would have made $600. 600 plus we would have made 900, and that would have totaled 9. That's 1.5K plus the 13, so that's 14.6K. So let's say we stopped here, and now for your prop firm, you got your payout rolling on the way, and in a span of 2 to 3 trading weeks, you was able to take your 10K prop firm account to 14.6K. And that's just in 2 weeks. Like, obviously, you could keep on going and do it for the rest of the month. And let's say you get your prop firm payouts once a month. Let's say you kept on doing this and kept on growing it. Obviously, you would have made a lot more than 4K. You probably could have made like 10K or something like that. But as you can see, this is like the beauty of scaling in, and this is what scaling the account. So now once you get your payout, obviously you got to do the payout split, but let's just say there is no payout split. Like there is no like 70-20 or 70-30. It's just you just get 100% of it. That's 14.6K. So that means you would have made 4.6K on your withdrawal in 2-3 weeks of trading. On your live account, you took a $500 account to $15,000 in 2-3 weeks worth of trading. You guys see why I like trading live accounts a lot more? Because you have more freedom. You have more freedom. And me, I'm confident, and you got to be confident in yourself to be able to take these type of leaps. You got to be confident you got to be confident. You got to be confident to take those big leaps. You got to be confident in yourself. And not only that, before you take it, you got to accept the loss. That's why I say it's so much easier to take bigger leaps when you have equity in your account. When you have equity in your account, it's so much easier to take those bigger leaps. Because now at this point in time, think about it. If you had a 15.1K account, it's different if you started off your account with 15K. That's different. You can't be taking $7,000 trades, 5,000. Like you can't be taking like those big of a trades if you want to. Like you can't take those big of a trades because this is your initial balance. But if you took a $500 account to $15,000, if you wanted to risk $7,000 your next trade, you absolutely can. Not only that, if you wanted to make a $7,000 withdrawal, you absolutely can. Now, guess what? You no longer have to worry about your job. You just made your next couple of months worth of bills and a couple of weeks worth of trading from a small account. And this is, I wanted to show you guys, but I really do hope this opens up a lot of your eyes because I want to show you guys that you don't need a whole bunch to make something out of yourself. What you need is an actual strategy, and you got to have confidence. You got to have a strategy, you got to have confidence, you got to have discipline, you got to have patience, you got to have hope. All of these are things that you got to have. You got to have patience. That's the biggest. You got to have patience and you got to have hope. Just like I showed you guys in scripture in Romans chapter 5. Patience works like it, you got to have this because when you have hope and knowing that y'all put it to work for this, you can none of this can come to fruition if you don't have a strategy. If you didn't put into work to understand like your actual strategy, to have a consistent strategy where you've studied it over and over and over again, none of this is possible. So the first thing that you have to do is get your strategy in line. Once you get your strategy aligned, go for it. What is that? Why would you lack any confidence? You don't ever wake up, not a single day do you wake up and drive to your 9 to 5 and say, I hope I don't forget how to drive. I hope I don't forget how to get there. You're so confident in going to your 9 to 5 and making it there. And you're so confident in the work that you can do at your 9 to 5. Why aren't you that confident in your, trading capabilities? So why would you wake up and say, well, I hope I don't over leverage today. I hope I don't risk too much today. I hope I don't over leverage today. I hope I don't like start over trading today. I hope I don't mess up. You don't ever wake up and say, I hope I don't like mess up. I don't forget how to drive on my way to my 9 to 5. Let's say you're doing like cooking. Like let's say you like cook at a restaurant. Well, I hope I don't forget how to cook this steak. You never say that. So don't say that on the charts. You should have 10 times more confidence in yourself and your ability in trading than you do in any other thing because trading is all you. Trading is not a spectator sport. We make it a spectator sport. Trading is not a spectator thing. Trade it, you can literally just be you. Trading is you versus you. It's not, you're not in competition with nobody. This is not basketball where you have to compete with somebody for a position to make it to the league or compete for a championship. This is not a 9 to 5 where you essentially got to compete with people because let's say some people have certain credentials and certain backgrounds and stuff like that. So they got a better chance of getting this job than you. You're not competing with people on like let's say the housing market because this person is willing to offer this person more because they have a little bit more versus you. So they're going to give it to this person. You're not competing. You don't have to compete with anybody as a trader. The only person you're competing with is with yourself. So you should put that focus and energy into yourself and into your future and be confident in that. A 9 to 5, you can get fired tomorrow. Like that's just the reality of it. Anybody that would like your position is not like valid. You could get fired tomorrow. Your boss could just be your the company. Think about it. Look what's going on in the world. And I'm not that doesn't if I'm saying all of this and it puts fear in you, that means that you need to lock in because you should never be afraid, especially if you know you got God. You should never be afraid of this. You should be confident. You should be confident. You should because that's a tribulation. If it puts fear to you, that's a tribulation. What I say about tribulation, it glorify, glory, and tribulations. But it's like what's going on with the unemployment numbers, what's going on with the economy. We clearly see that unemployment rate is increasing and use your wisdom and discernment to see where the world is going. Unemployment is increasing, meaning less and less people are getting jobs. Jobs are getting replaced not by humans. Jobs are getting replaced by AIs, by robots. A lot of jobs, literally almost every single job where you need somebody can be replaced by humans. I mean, can be replaced by AIs. Money, like inflation is increasing, prices are going up. Prices are not just dropping and going down. Oh, less employment meaning less prices. No. Less employment, higher prices. Think about it, with certain companies and businesses, if they're not making X, Y, and Z dollars, what do they have to do? They have to start laying off people. Think about like I said with these AIs and stuff. Think about certain businesses, right? If they see that they can pay a one-time fee of, I don't know, 10,000. Let's say a robot costs $10,000. They could pay a one-time fee of $10,000 to get this robot, and they say, wait a minute, I could pay $10,000 to get this robot to make these, like, do these things X, Y, Z. Let's say warehouse workers, right? I could pay a 10,000 fee for these robots to do X, Y, and Z, a one-time $10,000 fee, versus paying this human who may not be on time all the time, who may not be as efficient, who needs breaks and like holidays and all this type of stuff like that. They need this time off, right? Or I can pay this one time. I paid them 3,000. I could pay a one time fee of 10,000 with a robot who can work all day with no breaks. Hmm. Who doesn't have any emotion, so I don't have to deal with all like, hmm. What are they? Who are they gonna choose? Obviously, they still need some people to do like certain things. Like certain things, like you do need certain people. Um, Grocery stores, you see, like you gotta see what's going on. Grocery stores now, like you can use your palm to scale. They have no like cashiers and stuff like that. Certain grocery stores, you need a chip to get in there anyway. Uber drivers, they got Waymo. Nobody even in the cars that no nobody even in the cars that at these point. People are just driving. They got these robots driving down the roads and streets to drop off delivery orders and stuff like that. Models, I showed you guys last week. You guys saw what I showed you guys last week about the models and how they got Instagram models and stuff making $10,000 and they look like whole humans. Literally every time I get on like to post or something on social media, every single ad, this was generated by AI. You can use AI to do this. AI this, Chat GPT this. I no longer need this. Chat GPT gave me this. Chat GPT give me that. Influencers, they getting taken away. People creating courses and stuff like that, and actual like influencers and all this type of stuff, they're using Chat GPT to come up with them. Coaches aren't even needed no more. People can become their own coach. Why would you go pay somebody $300 to teach you how to do X, Y, and Z when you could just go to Chat GPT and Chat GPT could teach you for it? That's just the reality of it, man. Like it's just reality of it. That could even come to like, let's say my business, even this business. Why some people they could be like, yo, why would I pay to be a part of this when I could just go to ChatGPT and ChatGPT can teach me how to do all of this? That's just the reality of it, man. What am I gonna? Are we gonna be afraid of it? But when we know that we have this skill set right here that can change our life, and that we don't need anybody, this is what we lock in on. This is what we go all in on. So that's why I'm grateful that you guys asked that, and I was able to show you guys this. So hopefully this really does put a lot into perspective for you guys. Like just lock in on trading, man. Like lock in on it. You are putting your all into your 9 to 5. Put your all into trading. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So yeah, that was a good one. That was definitely a good scenario. That was definitely a good scenario. Hopefully you guys definitely did understand that, because like you guys look at these numbers, like you guys see these numbers. It's very much possible, and I only did this little bit of work. Imagine if I would have kept on going and kept on doing all of these. Imagine what this 5K, not 5K, this $500 account could have grown to. You see it's at 15K, it could have grown to X, Y, and Z. Let's say your 10K account, you got paid out every single month and you kept on doing that and you ended up taking this to $20,000. You just made a 10K payout. And look, and literally think about it. This is all less than a month. Imagine getting and this is from a 10. So I wanted, and I'm glad that you guys asked for these smaller numbers and you guys didn't ask for a 100K live account, or not a 100K live account, like a $10,000 live account, $5,000 live account, or a 100K prop firm account. Because I want to show you guys that even if you only have enough to buy a 10K prop firm account, you can still potentially get a 10K payout that could literally change every single thing for you. Imagine getting paid out $10,000. Imagine what you can do with that. You could say, yo, 10,000, that takes care of the next, let's say, a couple of months worth of bills for you. You know what? I'm gonna take that leap. I'm gonna go all in on the trading. Let's say you make 10,000, and let's just use a random number, right? Let's say $4,000 would take care of the next 2 or 3 months. Let's just say it. Let's just obviously that could be off, but let's just say $4,000 takes care of the next 2 3 months, and you just made a 10K payout. So you put 4,000 to the side for your next like 2 3 months worth of bills, meaning you will have $6,000 left, basically. $6,000. You can't figure something out with $6,000. Like you can either keep on trading on your 10K account and keep on and make another 10K in another month. You can put, let's say, $1,000 or 500. You guys see what I just showed you guys with a $500 live account. You could do that. Put some 500. You could put $500 in a live account, or put $1,000 of that and trade them both at the same time. Trade your live account and your prop firm account. You can still trade on your prop firm account, and you could get a bigger prop firm account. You could get, okay, you got a 10K. Now you could spend 500 and get a 100K account and still trade on your 10K, make another 10K a month while you're passing your prop firm account. Take your time with that, because you got more leeway on your 10K. There's no consistency rule on your live 10K account. So you can keep on doing this. On your prop firm account, like on that 100K, you're still growing it. So that means you can take your time with it. You're not trying to rush to get it, because you're already making profits for your 10K. You good money. Boom. And if you want to, let's say, go all in and go all three, put $1,000 into a live account, 500 to pay for a 100K account. You got your 10K account. Now you can get a trade copier, combine all of them, or just combine your, let's say, your live account and your prop, whatever the case may be. You can combine them, and now you can make your live account, which you can get paid out every single day that you want to. Your 10K prop firm account that you could get paid out monthly, and then your 100K account that's going to eventually lead up to those bigger payouts. That's the formula, dog. That is literally the formula. There's so many ways. There's not one right way to do it. That's why I gave so many scenarios of what you could do. If you only had the live account route and that's how you went, look what you would have been able to do in a month. If you took a $500 account to 15.1K in a month, yo, 2 weeks notice. That's not even a thing. 2 weeks notice. Listen, I'm done. I'm done today. I'm calling my boss at 2 3 in the morning. Wake up. I'm not coming in tomorrow. You feel me? Like that's obviously, obviously I would, obviously if that was me, I would have gave him a notice. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. Hey, I'm out. Me personally, if I was in that scenario, I listen. Like I'm gonna give you, like, I'm about to leave. Like, so you guys can find my replacement next one. See, I'll give you guys some time. Ain't calling nobody at 2 3 in the morning. But you guys get the point though. All it took was just 1 month of locking in. 1 month. You don't need 12 months. This is not no 9 to 5. You don't need all of this. Is trading. Trading can change your life in literally 1 month. But it required you to, and think about it, doing something like this. You can't do something like this, and especially if this is your first time doing something like this. Like if this is your first time seeing $1,000 profits, $3,000 profits, $5,000 profits, 2,000. If this is your first time seeing this, this requires a different mental capability. So that means all those distractions, they gotta go. Those meaningless like friendships and those people that are always like downplaying you and X, Y, and Z, those, they gotta go. All those like outside factors, all those distractions, that gotta go. Like you can't do them both at the same time. You can't drink the cup of the Lord and you can't drink cup of the devils at the same time. You can't be asking God to give you a major level up in your life, and He blesses you with the opportunity to do it, but yet you still want to drink the cup of the devils, and you still want to be like doing. You can't play both sides. Either be hot or cold. God hates lukewarm. He said He'll spit you out, and He'll chew you up and spit you out. So you can't say, okay, God, like I'm ready. I want to lock in. All right, you put me in this scenario. I got $500. I got to figure this out. Like I truly want to make this trading thing work. Like I really want to make it work. I want it to change my life. And He blesses you with the opportunity to do so. And like I tell you guys all the time, opportunities can come in the form of a tribulation. That opportunity could come when you see that, yo, this person that was working here like longer than you, X, Y, and Z, they just got fired, and you know that you're up next. That's an opportunity. Yo, it's time for me to lock in. The opportunities come seeing all of these people losing their jobs. That's opportunity. You may have just lost your job or whatever the case may be. And now this is your opportunity. Opportunities can come in the form of a tribulation. You asked God for it and he blessed you with it. And then not only did he bless you with that, all those people stop hitting you up and you stop getting distracted. And now you're getting mad and upset. Why? Well, I thought this was my boy. I thought this was my girl. You know, why they not hit me up no more? Why they don't want to talk to me no more? X, Y, and Z. Now you getting mad or upset because God just blessed you by taking away all the distractions for you to lock in. But you got to be aware and cautious of that. You got to take heed to that. That's all it really takes. It does not take this crazy, miraculous thing. It don't take you watching 1,000 YouTube videos. It don't take this whole crazy morning routine, the next one. No, it don't take none of that. It just takes you to just lock in, focus, and trust and believe yourself. So that is a serious talk. That's literally my situation now. What which part? Which part? And Zoom user, because there's two of them. Who's that? Which one is that? Just so I know, because there's two Zoom users in here. Akshay, hi, good morning, good morning. What's good? What's good? What's good? Akshay, I think that's how you pronounce it, from India. India's in the building. What's up? Oh, Kristen, what's up, Brody? What's up? What's up? Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's your situation now with what, bro? See, and if that's the situation, that's how you know. Hey, all praise to the Most High, man. God could have just been me using me to give you confirmation, to just shed some light on something that you that He wants you to see. So I give all the credit to God. Give thanks to Him. If that's like everything that you needed to hear to take that away, I hope that like makes you really do lock in, and just get closer to God and to really use this opportunity that He's blessing you with to lock in, man. That's the whole point of it. That's why we do this, man. We're all vessels. Yes, bro. Like I'm do it, man. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Trading, completely focus on me trading God, getting rid of all. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. And it'll change your life. It'll change your life. Like that, because once you do it once, you build confidence knowing that like you don't have to worry about stuff like that no more. Cause like a lot of times, sometimes like people, they gotta see it to believe it. That type of thing. But God will give you all of that. God will take away all the worries, because God said He gives us peace. He said, "Peace I leave with you." God did not give us a spirit of fear. God gave us a spirit of peace, sound mind. God is not the author of confusion. Satan is the author of confusion. So if anything starts confusing you, if you're wondering, is like, if all of these things are happening, that is God is trying to show you something to protect you. If all of a sudden people start all, and think about like when these things start happening, just sit down instead of like looking at it, like getting in your feelings about it. Like at first, I'm not saying you are, but let's say like for example, all this stuff starts happening. Step back for a second and see what is going on. Wait a minute. Like, okay, this person stopped talking to me. This person stopped talking to me. Look at like what was that type of person like in your life? Who's that person in your life? Was that person a true, genuine person? And a lot of times it takes God removing those people from our life for us to see that. Wait a minute. This person was a Judas this entire time. This person was always hating on me. Every time I was about to do something, like every time I wanted to level up, every time like some light started to shine on me, this person was always trying to downplay it. This person was never showing love. This person never really supported me. This person was always jokingly hating on me. They was always making jokes about me. Okay, God, I see why you took this person in my life. Boom. That's a distraction going. Think about it. Let's say a job, for example. Like let's say God took away a job from you and you were at a job, and God took that away for you. It's like, okay, wait a minute. What was going on at this job? Okay, I had to go at this time, and this is the time where I could have been locked in trading. Okay, the people there, they were treating me X, Y, and Z. They were treating me like disrespectful and stuff. The environment was negative, X, Y, and Z, like all this type of stuff. Instead of focusing so much on a dollar, instead of focusing so much on how long you knew that person, instead of focusing on like whatever that is, instead of focusing on so much on that, focus on the actual reason why God did it. Okay, wait a minute. Instead of focusing on, well, yeah, I'm losing that little check that I got from that, but look at the environment. Is that happiness? Is that peace? Does that bring me peace? No. So God took me away from that. And doing this, I don't have anybody. So I got to get closer to Him. And Him taking me away from that distraction allows me to fully lock in on this, which is trading. And He does it at a time when you think that, oh, I'm not ready. You may have that time happen because in your mind, it's like, yo, I got to have 5,000, 10,000, XYZ. I got to already pass my prop firm account. I got to have 3, 4, 5 months worth of bills already stacked up. That's what's going on in your mind. But He made that situation happen when you only had $100 to trade with, and you only had 1 month of bills stacked up. But in your mind, you think it is the like it's the most detrimental thing. It's like no, in reality, that's His blessing for you. That's your testimony. Hey, hey, it's all God, man. It's literally all God. And you going through that time when you thought, because think about it, and everything like all of this, and the reason why it's so like easy and clear to see, because the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. Like these things happen. Like when you read the Bible, look what happened to Job. Job had it all. Job was good. Job was lit. Job had it all. Take it away. He didn't plan for that. He was like, yo, XYZ. We're like, no, take it away. His own wife even cursed God, told him to curse God. Joseph. Joseph was good. Joseph was good. He was X, Y, and Z. Guess what? Take it away. Throw him in prison. And look what happened. Him going through that, he was blessed with so much more. Not only that, him going through that, he was able to take care of his peoples as well. And he was to save a whole bunch of people. Jonah. I just read this last week. Jonah. God told Jonah. If you guys have, Jonah is like a quick story to read. Like read if you guys have the time, read Jonah because you'll see like how real it is. God at the beginning, God told Jonah to go preach to the people of Nevaeh. I think that's I can't pronounce it right. He told him to go preach to them and tell them the destruction that he's about to do to them. And Jonah, he said he wasn't ready. He himself felt like he wasn't ready. So what did he do? He flee. He ran. He got on the ship with the guys, and God was like, "All right, you want to play with me?" He started a storm, and not Noah, Jonah knew why that storm was happening. He knew that because he was being disobedient to God and not following what He told him to do. Look what happened. He had the storm happen, and Jonah said, "All right, throw me over, because I know this is on me." So the men threw him over, and what happened? The fish, God had him in that mouth for what was it, 3 days? But God said that He sent the fish. God sent the fish to eat Jonah. And within that period, Jonah was repenting. He was asking for forgiveness. He was saying, like, yo, God, like I will do this, like, all right, like I will lock in. And what happened? God, it spit him out, and God gave him another opportunity. God told Jonah, go do what I told you to do. And Jonah went and did what He told him to do. And this is what happened. Jonah went to the people and he may have been afraid. He may have been afraid, like it didn't say it, but he could have been afraid. Let's say, for example, God just randomly called you to go preach to thousands of people and tell them something about to happen, and you think, yo, like they might try to take me out the game, they might try to X Y Z. You might be afraid, like I ain't ready for that. Let me wait until I'm ready. Let me get myself right. I ain't ready. I probably don't speak right, Moses. I probably got like a speech impediment. I might stutter a lot. Like I might not talk loud enough. X, Y, and Z. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it, Moses. I'm not ready for it. So I'm gonna just no. And then he went to the people and he told them what was gonna happen. And the people, not even just the people, but the king himself, they all fasted, dry fasted. I think they said not even their animals or anything like that. Even the animals, no cattle, no nothing. All of them dry fasted. And God saw that and He turned away His anger from them because not only did they fast it, but they also turned away from their evil ways. And God forgave them for that. None of that would have been able to happen if Jonah would have kept on running and running and running, God put him in the position. It's like, yo, you don't want to listen, so now I'm about to put you in this position. That's even worse. You didn't have to be swallowing up. You didn't have to be in this fish mouth. He didn't have to be in it. That wasn't a part of the plan. The plan was just go preach to the people and do what he was supposed to do. But he was being disobedient. So God put him in the position to where it's like, yo, you ain't got no choice now. You either choose me or you die. One of the two. And obviously it's like it doesn't have to be like that extreme with you guys. But God could be putting you guys in a situation that's like, yo, like I've been giving you this opportunity to lock in on these charts to become a successful trader. This is your opportunity. You keep on, let's say, complaining, or you keep on going through all this ups and downs of worrying and all this type of stuff with your job. But I put this in your life and you're not listening to me. You're not taking it serious. You're taking it for granted. All right, boom. I'm gonna put you in a situation to where it's like you either figure this out or you lose it, whichever one. And boom, now he puts you in a situation like, yo, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna really make this happen. And then boom, now your life changes. Hey, that's just the real spill. That's how it is. God is so good, man. God is so good. God is just so good. Let's see. This entire time GA shot back up. I'm gonna put another alert here. See what GA does later on. See what happens here. But yeah, that was a. I got to be. Gotta. Yeah, that's definitely got moving. Because I was not expecting to talk about any of this on this call. I had no script or nothing. I'm trading with with 30 USD. Made it to 40 today, but just random trade I want to learn. Oh, you can absolutely keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Use that $30 that you're trading with and keep on growing it. But with a random trade, that's probably not the best. Definitely if you learn to get an actual strategy, like you can really take a $30 account to a decent amount. Akshay, I think that's how you pronounce it. I feel like God is talking to me through you. Hey, listen, all praise to the Most High. I'm just a vessel. I give all the credit to God. Hey, sir, I also use 24K markets, and I just found out about the news involving that. Do you know any other brokers? And if so, what brokers can you recommend? Yeah, I was talking. Who's this? Is this Christian as well too? Zoom user? Is this the same Christian? Yeah, okay, cool, perfect. So yeah, I was talking about this like a little bit at the beginning of it, and I have a whole video of it in uh the course in the whole like in the academy. Like it's a whole video that I talked about it. But yeah, same situation happened with me last night. I tried to take a trade on SPX and it wouldn't let me because of what's going on with the news and everything. And for me, I personally started another account with Athens. I was trading with them before. Actually, I was trading with them before I actually went over to 24K. Honestly, that was the broker I was trading with before. Because I was gonna go to KOT Forex, and then when I looked at what happened, they had the same exact message. It was like one day off, but they had the same exact message regarding Trade Locker. So I was like, okay, maybe something with Trade Locker itself, not the actual 24K Marcus broker. So I looked at them, and then I ended up doing Athens. So I'm actually trading on them now. As well, I opened up like a account with them because I want to see like how it is a 50-day exchange. So my initial goal is to double the account and withdraw my initial deposit from them to see how they are. And if the withdrawals and everything is good, then I will put a bigger amount in there. But I want to just like test it, see, double the account, make that my initial what I deposited, take that back out, and then see it like how smooth this is, if it goes through, how long it takes, and all that type of stuff like that. And then if everything is good, I'll just withdraw all of the profits that I made from all my profits because we got no choice but to withdraw all the profits from 24K anyway. So I'll just withdraw it from here and then just put it over there and just trade the same way. Because I know they said that they're coming back out with MetaTrader sometime this fall for Athens. So I don't know if that's going to be the same case for all the other brokers or something going on with Trade Locker. I don't know, but that's something I do gotta reach out to. I'm gonna actually talk to 24K. You can do the same thing as well, but I'm gonna actually really like talk to them and see what's going on, like not just with them, but like with this whole trade locker situation. So we could just, and if I learn some information, I'll update you guys as well with it. So that's what personally I use. I use Athens now. I still have these trades on GA open in 24K. I can't open no more positions. I can close them, but the move ain't play out yet. So hopefully this move plays out by within the next 8 days, so I can actually close this position. But it sucks because I ain't even fully scaled into this position. That's the only part. I'm not fully scaled into this position whatsoever. So if price were to drop, that'll just can't really do nothing about that. So I'll still be grateful for it. I'll still make profit, but it's not really much as I can really do about it. So yeah, that's my whole thought process with this. Let me see something. So yeah, I just got to get used to these other things. The spread on everything is good. When I took that trade on gold, spread was good. Spread was good on SPX. Spread is good on these pairs as well. So I don't have any issues so far with Athens. But I'm never the type of person, like, always like try out different things too. Like never be afraid to just test it out. Just test it out, see if it works, see if it doesn't work. If it does, great. If it doesn't, great. Move on to the next. That's just the beautiful part about it. When you got the skill set, it don't matter what broker you trade with. As long as you can press buy and sell and make your money, hey, tell matter the broker. As long as it's like a valid broker, wherever the case may be. So that's one thing. That's why you guys never have to be afraid. Like as a trader, when you have the skill set, it's different from a 9 to 5. Because if it's a 9 to 5, you may get fired, and it's like you're not guaranteed another job. It don't matter how many degrees you got. You guys already seen that. You can have 60 degrees. I don't mean nothing. But you could get fired from, like, let's say a nursing job, and you can't find no other jobs. You may even have to travel. You may even have to go to a whole different place just to get that job, or whatever the case may be. Trading, you could lose it and you can make that back. Even if you got to start back with smaller, you can make it back. Who cares? But yeah, that is the masterclass for today. This is actually a good one. This is actually like one of my favorite ones. Um, yeah, this is actually good. I think the favorite part about it was like showing those accounts. Hopefully that really does help you guys get like a better understanding of that. But yeah, let me know if you guys got any more questions before I do hop off. I didn't take any trades on here. I know I wasn't really going to trade anyway, because I kind of want to figure out what's going on with this whole broker thing as well. And I don't have an issue like holding these trades. Gold hit 37.25. Lit. It's so lit to see these moves play out. I just couldn't take it. It's so lit to see these moves play out. But yeah, other than that, do you guys have any more questions for me? Real quick before I do hop off, I'm going to take these off since this is my actual chart. Let me know if you guys got any other questions for me real quick, because I'm about to finish my smoothie and go work out in about, what time is it? 11. Probably go work out in like an hour and some change. Very cool. Yeah, I'll let you guys know what happens with GA. I'm definitely probably not gonna be another update today. I'll probably send you guys an update probably let me see something. Well, I'll probably just update you guys on the call tomorrow. Um okay, wait a minute. Governor Bailey speaks at 2 p.m. for the pound, so that may do something. Tuesday, yeah. Okay, yeah, Tuesday morning. So tomorrow morning, 4:30. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. Tomorrow we may see some movement for not may, we will see some movement for GA. Also the US as well. But the pound, they have their flash manufacturing PMI at 4:30 in the morning. And then the Aussie has their CPI at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. So that's definitely gonna be lit. And then Jerome Powell speaks tomorrow at 12:35 as well. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lit day on the call tomorrow for some actual trades tomorrow. So I will is that hopefully that's it. If that is the case, if you guys don't have any other questions, I will see you later. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to this is recorded, so I'm gonna upload this within the masterclass section within the group for you guys. And other than that, hopefully you all had a blessed and amazing day. I love you guys so much. And I will catch you guys tomorrow.